Sonny, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for having me today here in Copenhagen at Widex HQ, talking about all of your latest tech. I have to say, I'm exhausted. And I'm exhausted from spending the whole day being submerged in everything there is about the new Widex Allure hearing aids. And you've got some kind of cool stuff that I think we need to share with the world over on the Hearing Tracker YouTube channel.
Kind of?
Okay, it's really exciting.
Okay,
so there's some game changers, I think, when it comes to things for audiologists and some for, of course, for the hearing aid users as well. So I'd love you to cover what you think is important.
So what's really important is that we are bringing these solutions that, like you mentioned, they not only help the wearer, but they also help the provider. And it's through solutions that are clear, intuitive, and future ready. And when we think about what that means, it means that we're bringing a hearing device that is going to make it so that we can balance out crystal clear speech with an accurate awareness of surroundings, so that wearers can really be fully immersed in their surroundings the way that they want to be.
And this is the Widex philosophy.
This is the Widex sound philosophy.
I've had that drilled into me all day long.
Yes,
so
we've done
you've got
our
some
job.
sterling new features as well then.
Yes, so with the Widex Allure, so Widex Allure is the name of our new platform. And what's special about Widex Allure is that the W1 chip that powers it is so fast and has the memory to match, so that we're able to bring this entirely new group of features to the Widex Allure platform. So we don't just have one special feature, we have a group of 5 special features that we are using to really make sure that this device is able to really provide for the needs of the wearer. So would you like to hear about some of those features?
I would love to hear all of them, yeah.
Awesome.
So sorry to put you on the spot. Let's hear about all 5 of those features
All 5
then.
of them, okay. I feel like I need like a line, like pull the name.
PureSound. Allure PureSound. Okay, let's rock and roll.
So with PureSound though, it's not just PureSound, it's Allure PureSound. And the reason that we are talking about this in a different way is because now we're able to really harness those advanced technologies like a broadband beamformer for directionality, noise reduction, feedback management, things that used to really damage or hurt how our processing delay was. We are now able to use those advanced features with our PureSound program and retain that zero delay technology.
Because I got to say, sorry to interrupt you. I got to say that PureSound was great on your Moment platform, but what I will say is the thing that was, if anything, letting it down was the fact that you couldn't overlay any of the other features on top of it as well.
Absolutely.
So you're saying that that's a thing of the past now?
That is a thing of the past. Okay. So now you're going to be able to leverage those advanced features to really make sure that not only do you get that accurate sound quality of the PureSound, but you're also getting support when you're in noisy places. And the research has actually shown that we're able to see a 4.3 dB improvement in speech and noise performance with the Allure PureSound program compared to the previous PureSound program. So
that's great.
It's pretty exciting. And so that's probably the feature that I'm the most excited about.
That's your hero feature then, you would say.
I wouldn't say it's the hero feature for everybody, but it's one of my hero features. Because again, remember, we've got 5 features in precision hearing technology that are really impacting how the device is working. So it's not just one feature that's bringing this huge benefit. We've got upgrades and enhancements to a lot of features.
So tell us about the next one. Your next favorite on the list.
My next favorite. So it's like asking who your favorite child is. But so my next favorite has got to be Speech Enhancer Pro. And this is because, again, we really want to make sure that we continue to support wearers in noisy places. We know that's the reason people get hearing aids in the first place. So with Speech Enhancer Pro, we're building on the technology that we've used in the past that allowed us to keep noise comfortable. And now we're using both fast and slow acting components to make sure that we're able to really look at that signal, pull out the speech, and make sure that people are able to hear well in those noisy situations.
I mean, that's a big deal. That's the holy grail when it comes to hearing loss and people wearing hearing aids.
That's the whole reason they come into the office, is because they're having trouble hearing in noise. So now we've got this amazing tool that, again, we're always going to build on the legacy of the Widex sound philosophy, but now we're able to provide that support without compromising on the sound quality overall, the natural sound quality that we're able to give with the Widex design.
And that can also be applied on the PureSound program as well. Is that right?
Absolutely. So with the research that showed that same benefit for the hearing and noise, they also looked at sound quality ratings, and they were able to show that we still have consistently high sound quality ratings with the PureSound program using those advanced features. So it's pretty cool that we're able to do both things.
Now, I've got to say another feature that I'm quite excited by, and you told me earlier that a lot of energy's gone into this as well, is, I hope I get the name of this right, dynamic feedback cancellation?
Controller.
I
Dynamic
was listening,
feedback controller.
I promise. So, if I speak as a clinician and on behalf of some of my patients as well, one of the challenges I've faced in the past with Widex hearing aids is the feedback control. And having spoken to Widex in the past about it, we all know that if a feedback management system is working well, there's the danger that it can have a negative impact on the quality of the sound coming through. So
Absolutely.
I get your philosophy in terms of trying to ensure that it doesn't necessarily negatively impact sound, but you found a way around it.
We found a way around it, and it's the way that we're using our adaptive frequency shifting.
Okay.
So instead of applying the same amount of frequency shifting across the frequencies, we're actually going to look at it and we're going to say, okay, how much frequency shifting do we need to apply? And at what frequency ranges do we want to start that frequency shifting? So it's very adaptive, and that's what allows us to really look at it and decide, how can we keep the feedback under control without straying into that area where we use too much feedback controlling and we damage the sound quality. So it's pretty impressive. Yep.
It's such a silly thing to get excited by, but I do get excited by things that will actually make a big difference.
Well, we consider it a hygiene factor. And so when we think about this, we just expect that a hearing aid shouldn't whistle, right? But when we're able to do it right and we're able to still give that signature Widex sound quality, that's amazing. That's been a really exciting development on the Allure platform.
Next on my list, I asked you for your five favorite features, but I've hijacked this.
Yeah, you totally took it over.
So we were given some hearing aids earlier. They were set up for a nice flat 20, 30 decibel hearing loss. So we've been wandering around the building wearing them, and outside as well, and demonstrated different programs, but also the universal program as well, which is designed to be adaptive based on the environment around you. So you've had some developments there too, right?
Yeah, so we know that how the hearing aid classifies automatically is really important, especially for wearers that just want to put the hearing aids on and, like you said, walk around and not have to worry about where the hearing aid settings are manually. With Allure, we have a new enhanced sound classification system. These are new controllers that are allowing us to really make sure that when we classify the sound that it's very accurate. We also have a new beat detector. And this is because we know that what we know about classification systems is that if they're going to make a problem, if they're not going to classify correctly, the most problematic time when that happens, it's because the hearing aid classified it as music when it really wasn't. And if we think about what a hearing aid does when you're in a music situation, it takes away your directionality and your noise reduction and your feedback management. So with our new sound classification system, we're still going to classify across an industry-leading 11 sound classes, but we have a new beat detector and those new classifiers and controllers that are going to make sure that we are accurately classifying where that wearer is to make sure that the automatic features are doing what they're supposed to do.
So it is a pop it in your ear kind of setup, forget about them, take them out when you get to bed of an evening.
That's the whole idea. We want to make it so natural you can forget about your hearing aid or hearing loss.
Does that take a lot of work from an audiologist point of view in terms of fine tuning and adjusting that and back and forth, or is it kind of seamless?
So the goal is that it's very seamless, and we've been able to really make some really great strides with Allure. When we look at how people manage their first fittings, we've been able to use some consented cloud information from our previous algorithms and say, okay, what are providers doing? So when you come in, if you come into my office, I fit you with hearing aids, what are the steps that I'm taking to make sure that you're happy before you leave the office? And when we look at that information, we started to see patterns. And so what we've done with our new fitting algorithm is we've actually taken a lot of that into account so that when you come in and you sit down in the chair and I fit you with the hearing aids, I don't have to go back through that laundry list of changes that I had to do before. The fitting is very, comfortable. It's very clear right from the beginning. And that's because of that new fitting algorithm.
I love that. So, and that can only improve going forward as well if you can continue to use that data
Absolutely.
to evolve and adjust the way that Widex actually program those hearing aids going forward, or help us to program them going forward. It's just going to make our lives as audiologists better too.
It makes your lives easier from a software perspective, but there's another little ripple on top of this, and that's the fact that we are going to use AI.
Okay.
And I know it's a buzzword, but at Widex, we are all about making sure that if we're going to use AI, it's for true patient benefit. And so the way that we choose to use AI is through the smartphone app. So in the Allure app, we're going to be able to use AI assistants to be able to help that wearer to fine-tune the settings of their hearing aids on the fly. What that means is that you got them pretty close with that fitting that you did in the office. They go out into the world. They're going to be able to make those adjustments in the real situation using the information that we're getting from thousands of wearers across the globe. So we know for this type of wearer in this type of situation, this was the solution that helped them the most. We're able to apply that very easily. That way the wearer is happy without having to make the trip back in to make more adjustments with you.
And this is a unique AI use to Widex. No one else uses this, do they?
So it's not unique to Widex,
Well,
but
Signia as well?
Signia uses some
Yeah.
deep neural network in their app as well. So
But as far as the interaction with the patient and the app, every other manufacturer, it's an offline form of DNN, so
Yeah.
there's no interaction whatsoever.
there's
But
no interaction. It's based on what the chip has been trained for. And then when we think about kind of where does the power come from that, or to do that, how are you managing to use this DNN that's in the device? It's because you're taking battery drain from the device itself. You need space in the chip or on the device to be able to fit that extra chip. By keeping those functions on the smartphone, we benefit from having that battery that's being pulled from the phone and not from the device. We can keep our devices small, comfortable, sleek. I think it's a really great way to get the benefit of AI, the true benefit of AI, without having to compromise on things that we know are really important to wearers.
So you've covered 5 features already, but there's a secret 6th one because you hijacked this with your AI chat.
Yeah, I did.
And so there's one more.
So our dedicated streaming compressor
Exactly,
is our
yeah.
fifth feature under precision hearing technology.
Yeah.
And this is a really interesting way to manage how the compression is handled for not only what's coming into the microphone, but also what's being handled from a streaming side. So the way I like to explain this, if I wear my hearing aids and I go to a softball game, it used to be that every time someone would hit the ball, the streaming volume would get louder and softer based on those sounds in my environment. And that's because the sound that was coming in, the compression was always driven by what was happening on the microphone.
So the two are linked without
two are linked.
any separation. Okay.
So now, because we've separated those and we have a separate streaming compression way for the microphone versus the streaming, we're able to compress the microphone in one way, compress the streaming in another, and bring it back together so that you get that really great sound quality for streaming without interruptions from the external sounds.
Amazing.
So it's pretty cool.
Biggest question, when can everybody get their hands on this technology?
So we are launching, our global launch date is March 19th, and that will be the kickoff day. So depending
and the
on
tech is available immediately,
So
globally, or will they have to wait a
It
while?
depends on your market. So
Okay.
some markets will, of course, be available sooner than others, but I would definitely reach out to your Widex sales rep and get a closer idea for each individual market when you'll be able to order these.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for your time. All right,
Thanks.
take care.